Hey YouTubers, Chris Robson here. This is Vanessa Nakate, which is classed as the 100th Little People Big Dreams book. I'll show you it now. Here we go. In the African city of Kampala, the capital of Uganda, lived a little girl called Vanessa. She was the eldest of 5 siblings. Her parents always encouraged her to do what she thought was right and to raise her voice for a good cause. When she grew up, Vanessa went to school in the countryside. The only time the teacher talked to the class about climate change, it seemed like it was a problem on the other side of the world. But at university, Vanessa started noticing how floods and droughts destroyed crops and leaving families with nothing to eat. Africans were the least responsible for climate change, yet they were suffering the most. It's not fair, is it? Luckily, all over the world, millions of children were striking against climate change. That one's Greta Thunberg. So Vanessa convinced her siblings and cousins to join them too. And even though no one paid much attention to them on the first day they protested, she didn't give up. 2 weeks later, she became the first child in her family to graduate from university, making her parents very proud. Still, all her aunties could think about was finding a fiancé for her and planning a wedding. But whether she was alone or accompanied by friends, Vanessa continued with her weekly strikes. She raised her voice against the destruction of the Congolian rainforests, home to many people and animals. One day she received an invitation to visit New York City and join other young climate activists on a mission to convince world leaders to act against global warming. No one in her family had ever travelled that far before. Vanessa made friends, attended meetings, and even joined a massive climate march. Yet somehow she still felt alone. She was one of the few African activists there, and not much was said about how global warming was affecting her continent. Back home, there was a lot of work to do. Vanessa organised cleanups, talked to students about global warming, wrote an open letter to Uganda's president, and started a project to bring eco-friendly stoves and solar energy to schools. Vanessa joined a handful of activists at a protest in Switzerland. She thought it would give her a chance to share her story, but after checking the news, Vanessa realised that her words had been left out, and her image had been removed from a photograph. She felt like her whole continent had been erased from the conversation about global warming. But instead of giving up and going back home quietly, Vanessa decided to speak up about being ignored, and this time the world listened. From that day on, her words sounded louder than ever. She signed articles, took part in lectures, and wrote a book about being a climate activist. And soon she was recognised as one of the most influential young Africans of the year. And today, little Vanessa is not just a strong voice against climate change in her continent, she is also an inspiration to girls who dream of leading Africa and the whole of our planet to a brighter future. Yep. Yeah, this book was marked as the 100th book of Little People Big Dreams. Hopefully, we'll get some more very soon. So what do you think of it? Was this a very good book or what? Tell me in the comments below. Like, subscribe and comment on this video. Laters!